Yes, so as you just heard, last year I had the honour and the privilege of being the 788th Mayor of the City of Bath. I was the second openly gay mayor and the first to have been open about having endured mental illness. I haven't come to speak with you about recent glories, but to reflect on past pains, the twin pains of trauma and shame. Psychological trauma is a type of damage to the mind. It happens as the result of an event or a series of events, such as abuse, maltreatment, neglect, or tragedy, which leads to a profound sense of helplessness and can bring terror. Shame is a painful social emotion. Traumatic events can cause us shame because children always think it's their fault. It isn't. Society can also cause us shame by setting standards of behaviour or of being which is unattainable. Like Stephen Appleby, I brought little Will with me. So this is little Will, and little Will knew he was gay. He didn't quite understand it, but he knew that society at that time was very prejudiced. So he felt shamed about who he was. Then there was bullying at school, both physical and mental. And through this persistent trauma, little Will collected more and more shame, and it deepened as he grew older. When I was thinking about you, this audience of about 1,000 young people, I was wondering how many of you are carrying some sort of shame. How many are worried or shamed about their sexuality or their gender? How many are body shamed on a daily basis by the media and advertisers? How many are worried they're not clever enough or not good at sport? How many are carrying a visible or invisible disability? How many are cutting, dieting, or otherwise self-harming? How many have endured so much trauma that they've thought about ending their lives? How many bully and shame others? How many don't know what their true passions in life are? I'm sorry if some of those thoughts will have made some of you feel uncomfortable, but if you're carrying some trauma or shame, they will. I'm just going to divert for a moment to show you these images of Justin Bieber. One is the original. One is the heavily photoshopped image the advertisers used. His head gets smaller, everything else gets bigger. This is not real. It body shames young men. Be angry about it. Shame is one of the most pervasive and unspoken of ills in society today. I can stand here and say, don't feel shame. I could try a Jedi mind trick. You will feel no shame. But it's not that easy. Nothing is. One thing I can offer to combat shame is pride. Pride in accepting yourself and having compassion for other people. If you're someone who felt uncomfortable when I spoke about being a bully, please do look into yourself and ask yourself what gives you the right to make other people feel shamed about who they are. If you bully because you yourself are carrying some trauma or shame, I'm sorry about that, but it's not fair to abuse others. Something else which I find helps is finding friends. Friends with whom you can enjoy the things you do. They're friends that validate you for who you are, your perfections and your imperfections. Remember, it's okay to talk to your friends about your emotions. It's okay to be afraid, to be angry, to be sad, to be happy, disgusted, to anticipate, to trust, and be surprised. For me, carrying my trauma and shame, I was passionate about wanting a freer, fairer, more open society. So I joined a political party. Whatever it is you're passionate about, be it people, parkour, Pokemon, or plastic £5 notes. Accept this, and don't worry too much about being an adult right. Nobody does. It's not easy being a young person. It's not easy being a young person at the point of leaving home. It's not easy being gay. It's not easy being transgender. It's not easy being straight. It's not easy being disabled. It's not easy being different. It's not easy being human, but everyone is. There are some really amazing, thought-provoking speakers here today, and I sincerely hope that every young person can leave here today proud of themselves and proud of other people's differences. Be proud of who you find attractive, who you love, and who you are. You're amazing, and don't let anyone tell you you're not. I'll leave you with the advice of Buzz Aldrin. I met him here on the last night I was mayor. He is, of course, the first human to speak from the surface of the moon and the second to stand on it. Go through life with your arms spread out so that you collect experiences. Thanks for listening.